Last time I asked you, what do you hate the most about trading meme coins? And a lot of you said about rug pulls, rugs getting rugged. So I'm going to show you the 7 elements that's going to help you to avoid all the rugs, at least 99.9%. And then if you don't have rugs, well, you have a way more chance to get some bangers. You see, meme coin launches are different. When I used to do my videos about different meme coins, we will have to go into Dex Screener, click on it and see if the liquidity was locked or burned. Now, you don't need to do this if the coins was, for example, launched on Stalkfun, because the process will automatically lock the liquidity, which means you can't withdraw and rug everyone. So when you ask on those coins, it's going to be way easier, and still some people will call themselves investing into the wrong coins. Then the second thing is to inspect the top holders and bundles with Padre. I will put a link in the description, but let me explain you, and then we're gonna take some examples. So while you don't need to read contracts on Stalkfun style tokens, since they are standardized, you do need to check who owns the supplies. That's the beauty of on-chain analysis. And I use Padre to detect if wallets are fresh or have rug history, and to identify bundles. Bundles is one actor that uses many wallets to accumulate the supply. And bundles alone are not bad, but they become suspicious if combined with other red flags. For example, if the top 10 or 20 wallets are all fresh with low SOL balance, it actually means that the supply was split across a rug wallet. So if all the top holders have nearly zero SOL balance, that's suspicious, but occasionally some legitimate project will do that because they need to maintain supply control for a reason. Let's take, for example, this coin. I go in the holders tab, and here I will see the information if we have some bundle or not. There is apparently quite a few wallets that are bundled. I can see as well if they started to sell or not, because I will see the amount bought and the amount sold. So when I see that, okay, the top holders are selling, it's usually time to leave the boat. We can have something that's going to crash, but it's not always the case. Here, I see the Axiom and then bundle. So either the multi-wallet, I don't know, but this is suspicious to me. However, when this is linked to something else, there's another one running at 500K market cap already. So we're going to study that because it's linked to a tweet. That tweet is just because Elon Musk laughed at it. So that's going to be another point on how to analyze those. But look at that. All bundle it. And it can still work, because if the meme is strong, it's going to overcome all the bundler thing. And that's something that people don't understand. Sometimes they're going to be, no, I don't go because it's bundled. Yes, but it doesn't matter, because maybe the bundle is not going to sell everything. That's the first element. And second, if there's tons of new buyers, that's going to neglect the effect that they could have by selling. However, on the small pair, when I see here, like you see Fresh Wallet, they had no Solana 18 hours ago and 5 hours ago. This is something that I'm really careful of. But let's say if I did not have any tools and I just come here, I'm going to take whatever comes first. There's no holders on it. Also careful, the liquidity pool will also appear as a fresh wallet, even if it's a holder. For example, this one looks all right. However, I would highlight a few things that are a bit strange for me on the holders. First, the top holders do not have much Solana balance. Now, we know that this is an influencer wallet that is pushing it hard. So when a KOL buys something, that attracts a lot of people. But I see the top holders, they are kind of poor. Like imagine this person has 7 Solana, but has 2K in that coin invested. They have like almost $2,000, all those. So they have more in the coin that they have in their wallet. Then second thing, usually bundlers are not that smart, but you can see that it's all the same app. So that's a bit suspicious. I would not go into that coin. Now, the thing is, supply control means that they maybe are going to run it because they can push it and crime works. So it's not an all white or all black rule. However, one thing that can help you as well is on Padre, you will have the top 10 holders entry here. And that tells me, okay, like all those guys at which market cap they bought. Now, if I see this that is way low, like I said, 20K market cap and the coin is already at 100K, I will be super careful and probably not get in. Now, the mid part that we just started to see, evaluate the meme and Twitter footprint, because every meme coin is selling a narrative. And if the meme looks like low effort, AI generated or meaningless, you can skip it. If you don't even laugh, if you don't even relate, don't try to do it. So check when the token was launched and what Twitter account or X account is linked to it. If it's a new token with an X account that has no traction or followers, it's probably not worth your time. A classic example of how they look is they will put a tweet like that with an explanation and then one link and then another link. That's the typical post. And now actually a lot of people think that maybe they just do that with AI. So let's see if we can find one. But first we know that the one that is running here, that was called, by the way, on Meme Radar, on Stalkfun, is already 8x in just 9 minutes. And they're all linked to the same Twitter. So when there are different launches like that, having a tool that's going to help you around this is quite powerful. Let's see this one spins. Okay, if I see click profile, I see that's a brand new profile. Pump spin, the game-changing protocol that flips the creator economy. They have this little animation and they have a website. Now, I do not see the code, for example, so I'm not going to be interested in this versus like something that was launched like this one that did pretty well. Look at that, almost a 10x on Power Pump. And then Power Pump, they posted their code and then you can check the comments. If you're not used to it, you will see what the people are saying to understand more about it. Let me try to find a new pair that could be a rug. Look at that. For example, Pumpy, we just have one member in it. And that one member has less than 1,000 followers. So that's going to be pretty challenging for him to run it. So unless I see a lot of people joining this community, plus like own opinion, but this seems to be like a generic meme, a copy of Frog. And for that reason, I will avoid. So if you use Stalkfun, of course, it's going to be easier because it shows you which Twitter account is attached. Like I know directly, okay, 146 followers. I have more information. And then they're working on implementing an algorithm that's going to evaluate the Twitter profile. So you would know in advance if it's a strong Twitter profile pushing it or nobody. Because now what they do is exactly what I showed you. Is that like they buy your profile, they put 150 followers or whatever, and then they post this pretending that they did some research, and it's always the same thing again and again and again. And they can run, but rarely above 100K market cap, which then after crash. So that's why I use a lot like Stalkfun to speed up the research, because instead of manually checking everything, which takes times, Stalkfun, their algorithm, they're going to check more than 25 metrics, which are snipers, bundlers, volume pattern, wallet freshness, KOLs, Twitter metadata, everything. And the algorithm is going to do the work for me. As you can see, like that's where the last calls. Now we're on the 12x on this one. This one almost did 10x, as we said. And the algorithm in the last 150 calls, the success rate was almost 80%, which is pretty good. So that's going to be a way to really avoid that, because as you can see, all the elements that I'm doing to check who are the holders, what they do, I don't really need to do it manually. I could do it automatically with AI algorithm. And now I feel like we should have entered that one. It's a $1 million market cap almost. That's crazy, guys. I'm not going to FOMO in. Oh, 15x. That's the thing. Like every time I record a video, there's a banger that comes in. It's unfair. And thing number 5 is to learn from your own trades. We have only 3 points left and they're going to be crucial, but it's to learn from your own trades. So journal your trades, record why you entered, what setup it looked like, and what you felt. Then review. I encourage you to join a community that encourages reflection. That's double encourage. So this isn't about shame. It's about building pattern recognition. If you post and ask, was this a rug? You will learn 10 times faster. My community is open. The Investors Boardroom, we will have a link in the description. Most of the people avoid learning because they fear looking stupid. That fear is what keeps them stuck. Honestly, you should always do that, because as you reduce the number of errors you do, it's going to help you drastically to get better. And study the marketing angle. Look at the coin being promoted. If it's the only content is like next Doge, next Daddy, next do, it's usually not going to go as high as the first one that they mentioned. And then also the generic hype, which is like diamond hands and tons of emojis, rocket emojis, whatever, stay away. So there's a lot like around the real project I build with the community and people being engaged. A lot of the thing that I see, it's website that will put like that and then just a placeholder with the contract address. And what they do usually is that they relaunch the coins again and again and again. So when you go into a coin, what you can do is to type to know if the coin is already existing and if someone created it. I don't know. Let's take a Memeless, for example. I can see that I have like really a good amount of coins created around it. And there's one on Stalkfun with the community, while the other, there might be total rug. $4 million with only 120 holders. And I can see it's all fresh wallets with a low Solana balance. Don't go into that, because that's a worse bundle than the other one we saw. They didn't even try to hide it. Look at that, 10 minutes ago. But still, some people who are not subscribed to Handsome Finance, they're going to go in that. Like, you see 6 minutes ago, 7 minutes ago, there was still some people buying it and they're going to get destroyed. It's sad. And again, like this was not launched. As you can see, I would prioritize things that are launched with PumpSwap or Bonk, because those two launchpads are the main ones at the minute. So again, we find like different ways to really reduce your number of, you're kidding me. It's at 1.4 million now. And now the top holders, well, they start to have a really high Solana balance. Look at that. This guy sold 8K, sold 1.5K, sold 10K, 11K. Oh my God. Oh my God. Stalkfun is so powerful for this. It's just like, if you were looking around manually, you could have easily missed it. But the algo like sniped directly the 3 ones that were getting more volume. And even if you put one Solana into each, because one do 21x and the other one still do 2x, you're winning. And step number 7 seems weird, but don't try to avoid a rug. Manage exposure. A lot of people will be like, oh, I don't want to go into rug pools, don't want to do into rug pools. And then they're not going to go into a coin like that because like it says that there is a high number of bundle, but it can still work. And that's the thing. It doesn't matter. We don't even know what the bundlers they're going to choose to do. But what I can say is never go all in, because when they control the supply, they can make the chart go up. And if the chart go up, you start to want to buy the green candle. You're like, oh, no, I want to go in. Like now it's not possible. Like maybe it's going to go to $10 million market cap. Well, first, like now the chances of going to $10 million market cap, I would say they are quite low. So I would certainly not go in now. And even if I go in, I will go first with a small amount, do more research, and then increase my amount if I want to. But let's say you want to invest 2 Solana into a coin, then first invest 0.5. And then you can invest 0.5 again. And if it dips, you put one more Sol and take profit when it spikes. Like, don't try to time the perfect 20x or 100x. I've been guilty of that. I want like, oh no, I want a 1K or 10K PNL. Take profit even if you are 8K. Don't care about like the number like that, plus this round number, which is mean that it's just in our head. There's no logic. We love round numbers, but nature doesn't care about round numbers. So smaller bets with better entries will outperform trying to dodge everything perfectly. So if you manage to go before the 40K market cap, that's always better. The tools I use is Stalkfun with the meme scanner, the Twitter analysis and everything. And then Padre to check the freshness of the different wallets. And the third one, your own journal. Every time I have a big trading session, I make a big mistake, I journal it. And same if I have a big win, because I want to understand better how I trade. Now, it's been working for me, and I hope it will work for you. If you want the full document, I will put it in my community. You have the link below. And also, if you want to go into details on how to trade those meme coins with algorithm, then I invite you to check out this video. But also, don't forget one thing. Even if you get rugged, you might smash your head on the floor, but still, you have to stay hands up. Ciao.